Hey, Real Green Ninja here. The video you're about to watch is a supplement to the existing tutorials and help videos already available on the Real Green website. I do take a more casual approach because I'm presenting this information as I would if you called in, although I may have a little fun with it. This video is based upon the information I, as a Real Green technician, would provide using my experience on the help desk. This video was created on my own time to assist with areas of the software that may be waiting for an official help video or tutorial. At the beginning of the training video, I will have the version of the Service Assistant the video was made with. I will also try to be as accurate as possible, but be aware, as Service Assistant updates are released, things may change. I'm using the name Real Green Ninja as not to stand out from the other amazing technicians that I work with. I hope the information in this video helps you, so grab a cup of coffee and I hope you learned something new. Hey, Real Green Ninja here. A couple of people have asked me to make a crash course on custom proposals using the Service Assistant software, so I thought I'd go through and knock this out real quick. This is one of the more advanced features of the software, especially when you're going through a training. I always recommend people focus on the basics, and then once you get comfortable with the basics, like how to pull work and stuff, then start focusing on some of the more advanced features. But for the people that want to learn how to do custom proposals, at first it's very intimidating. You're looking at the screens, you're saying, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this. But once you do a couple, once you understand the basics or how it works, it does become actually fairly easy. When I first started working here at Real Green, I was a little intimidated by custom proposals. But now I'm more comfortable with them, and so I'm comfortable enough to even show you how to do them. So you'll see we're on version 405.15. This is the latest version that was released at the time of this video. I can't guarantee this process is going to be the same in future updates, but it is the way it is now, as well as this is the way it's been for a long time. So I don't think they're going to be changing anytime in the near future. Pretty much when you create your custom proposal, you're either going to create it in Microsoft Office or you're going to create it in OpenOffice. People that are in the hosted environment, you normally have Microsoft Word installed. You do have a Word viewer, which allows you to look at Word documents, but you can't actually create or edit them. And that's an important thing because in order to create this custom proposal, you have to be able to edit a Word document. So, you have to be able to edit the document. So if you create it in Microsoft Word on your local computer and then transfer it and host it, all you have to do is open it in OpenOffice and then just do a save as and save it as an OpenOffice document. And then that way the system will be able to add information to it and stuff like that. If you're a local user, then you can just open up Microsoft Word, create it, and follow the process. So let's go ahead and get started here. I do have a very, very simple, basic proposal I started right here. You'll see it has some things like the first name and last name in the pic. You can add pictures if you have a measurement assistant and link a picture file, or if you have a picture file that you've taken or gotten from the internet, you can throw it into the document as well. This would be like for the picture of the property itself. Now, pretty much the basics, or basically what you're doing is you're creating placeholders for information. So again, you'll see I have first name and last name. If I were to export a customer out to this document right now as it is, all it would have is their first name and last name. Okay. So again, you're going to create this document. Now, if you want to get really fancy or anything, like having to do calculations and stuff like that, you may actually want to take a Word document course, a Microsoft Word course, or an OpenOffice course, because again, I'm showing you what they teach us here at Real Green. All right, so let's get started again on the document itself. I did create a very simple logo here, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to open it up in edit mode so I can do Control A, so I can select all, so it has a dotted line around it. Control C to copy it onto my computer's clipboard. Go into my document here. Control V to paste it. Now that picture is pretty big, so I'm going to go ahead and change it. I'm going to size it down a little bit. Again, you're creating the document. You're creating this Word document that you're going to be putting information on. So, like I said, you can get really fancy if you want, or you can keep it simple. All right. Now, as I said before, you're putting in placeholders, and you may say, well, what placeholders are available? So let's go into a customer screen here. I do have one I've been playing around with. And if you want to see what placeholders or variables are available, you're going to go to Diagrams and Documents. And again, if you want to, you can include an image. But you're going to click this little Use Advanced Features, as well as a little Create a New Customer Link file here. It's going to pop up this screen, and we're going to choose Make List of Fields Only. And what this is going to do, it's going to create a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Now, if you are in the hosted environment and don't have Microsoft Excel installed, which most of you don't, then it's going to warn you saying, hey, Microsoft Excel is not installed, And then it's going to ask you if you want to save it, go ahead and save it, and then open it up in the viewer. I also recommend keep a copy of it around because it will show you what fields are available. Now keep in mind though, depending on where you're getting this list of fields from, if you're getting it from the customer screen versus like the prepay letters and stuff, these fields can be different. So you always want to take a look at what fields are available before you start actually creating this document. Once you have it list of fields only, you're going to click OK. It's going to ask me if I want to view Excel document now. I click yes. It's going to create a Microsoft Word document, or I'm sorry, Excel document for me. Oh, I thought I hit yes. Did I not hit yes? Oh, there it is. Okay. And you'll see these are the fields that are currently available. And you'll see here we have things like there's let's see here, where's the first name? There is first name. Oh, that's billing first name, sorry. So again, you'll see here it has, where'd the heck first name go? There we go. So it has first name, last name. So again, when I go to my Word document, what's going to happen is real is going to be thrown into this field right here, or this variable here, and Ninja will be put in this variable here. So like I was saying is you can look at the list of fields to see what's available. You can even tell it to include neighbors if you're trying to get it for a new sale as opposed to a pre-existing customer. But again, you're going to be putting those variables in there. Now I'm going to look for address information. Now you can do the billing address or you can do the service address. Now I'm going to throw in the service address for right now. But pretty much I'm going to grab the field I want. I'm going to go over to my Word document. I'm going to do less than, and then Control V to paste, greater than. Or you can type it out. That's fine too. Or let's say I know that co-address 2 is pretty much the same as co-address 1. I can just go ahead and change the 2 to a 1, or 1 to a 2, and then put the variable in there. Now, as far as service pricing is concerned, that is where you check mark up here to whether or not you want to include service pricing. Now, if you're only doing one round, or if you're only doing one service, then you can only select the one. But if you're doing like a program or something, and all your service rounds are the same price, you can still just choose one variable or one service. If you do different services that are different pricing, you will want to pull both of them up, or all of them up, and you can do up to 6 different prices. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be pulling off your price charts. So the customer would have to have a size, the service would have to be tied to a price chart, and the price chart would have to be set up correctly. This is why I always recommend having example customers, someone you can play around with, where you have a pretty good idea what information should be being pulled into that spreadsheet. Once you have it in there, you could also, if you charge tax, tell it to calculate tax. You can also add different discount codes if you're trying to sell a service at a discount, trying to get them as a new customer. But once you do that, again, we're going to go back to list of fields. We're going to come down here and scroll down. And you'll see there is the first line. Okay. Now, again, like I said, you can do up to 6. So if we take a look here, there's number 2, there's number 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So again, whatever you select up here will pop in those fields. So it can change from person to person depending on what you're trying to sell them, because you can change that to different services around. We're going to go ahead and throw that back into 1 there. Okay, so go back to our list of fields here. We'll see what variables are available. You'll see we have an XP Serve NIM1, and that shows the service name. There's some pricing. And you'll see it has a pricing with like a discount, pricing with tax, pricing with tax, or what the tax would be, and the pricing with tax, and so on. Now my system's not designed to actually do taxes, so or my database isn't set up to do taxing. You also have the ability, or it also shows you like 5 round and 6 round. Okay, so again, it's going to throw that information and throw that price into the spreadsheet because I want to show 1 times 6 rounds. Okay, so I'll go back to my Word document here. We're going to grab our variable that we want. So let's say you're doing the same price for your whole program, each round of your program. So you might be doing something like early spring is, and then you're going to do less than, and then you're going to grab the variable you want. So you'll see here, we're going to grab this EXP price 1, because again, I don't have discounts or taxes. I'm going to throw it in there and do that. Now, because all my round prices are the same price, I can do late spring. And I can use the same variable, because again, it's the same price. But if you want to show something different, again, if you want to show different pricing or whatever, then you come down and you grab the appropriate variable for that. Now, let's say instead of typing out the name of the application, that you actually want the system to throw the name in there for you. You can go through and actually select the service name. Oh, I misspelled spring up there. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. Thank you, Microsoft Spell Check. And then again, we got its more important thing is to put those less than, less than, greater thans in there so the system knows that that's that placeholder. That's the variable you're looking for. And then we can throw in the price. Alright, now once you have all your stuff in there, you're going to save your file, and then you're going to put it into your masters folder. So let's go ahead, I'm going to close that real quick here. So let's go ahead and put this into my masters folder, and I'm going to close this as well. And I don't want to save. And like I said, you may want to save a copy of that just so you can use it for future reference. But keep in mind that sometimes those fields can change. So there's my example proposal I've just been creating, I've been working on. Again, we'll take a look there. And then I'm going to go to my main SA folder. Now, your main SA folder can be in pretty much almost anywhere. Different people have different setups. I've had some people where it's on the C drive. I've seen some people have it on D drive. I've seen some people's main SA folder is a completely different folder than where the normal stuff is, like the SQL Server and the nuts and bolts of the software. But pretty much you got to find that main SA folder. And if you ever ask, you can always give us a call over here at Real Green and we'll help you find that. But what you're going to do is you're going to open up your masters folder and you're going to put that copy of that document into your masters. Now, with the custom proposals, there's going to be a lot of trial and error. And because of that, you may constantly be copying and pasting it in there and overwriting what you currently have. But now my document's in that masters folder. Now, when I go to Service Assistant, again, because I have a picture and I want to put a picture in there, I'm going to select that picture. I'm going to hit the Create Link Document, but I'm going to uncheck Skip Creation of Link Document and also make sure my list of fields are unchecked. Once I have all that in there, I'm going to hit OK. It's going to do some processing, and again, this is what I was talking about. It's important for hosted that they have it as an ODT file so it can process it. And now we have the linked PDF. I can open it up, and you'll see there is my information. All right. So again, you'll see like the Real Ninja up there. That's the company name and stuff like that. I'm sorry, the first and last name. But I messed up. I put this logo because it was too big. It actually shifted stuff around. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of trial and error. Also, I messed up on this variable. I messed up on this placeholder. What happened? Well, I kind of figure it out. And like I said, that's why you're going to be doing a lot of trials and stuff trying to get it to be correct. But once you have it set up and once it's in there, it's good. All right. So I'm going to go back to my original and see what I did wrong. Okay. Now again, it could be maybe this picture's too big, so I can maybe shrink it up a little bit. Also, I got a space here between the less than symbol and the E in that variable. So let's go ahead and fix that. Then we're going to go ahead and save, close it. I'm going to put my back into the masters folder, so it has a newer version of it. And then again, I'm going to choose my picture. Click on the Create List of Documents. Make sure that's all there. Click OK. Let it do its thinking. Once it's done, click OK, open it up and take a look. And there we go. Again, sometimes you may have to play around with it quite a bit. So I'm just going to take that logo out of there. But that's what I was talking about is, we can get you the basics. We can show you how to do it. But as far as fine-tuning this to get it exactly where it needs to be, unfortunately, again, that is up to you. All right, and it could be because I have word wrap turned on. So you know what? Let me try putting the picture over here. And also I'm going to put a space between the first and last name. I'll move it over a little bit. There we go. And then save, close it, drop it into my masters folder, overwrite it yes. Go back in here, choose the picture, click on the picture, or click on the new document. Make sure that's all good. Click OK. So again, you'll see once you get the hang of it, it becomes really quick. You go in there, fix the things you need to fix, and then try it again. So let's see how it looks now. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Not perfect, but a little bit better. Again, we can get you started. We can get you to this point. As far as getting all this stuff fine-tuned, like I said, you have to kind of do that on your own. So now the pricing information is in there and stuff like that. And again, this what's really cool is you can create these custom proposals, and depending on the customer, I will throw that information in there for you. Now, you may want to do a batch of proposals. Maybe you have a bunch of people that have estimate services and stuff like that. You can use the prepay letter to do an export. And again, you can do a couple different reports. We'll let you do these exports. So let's go to prepay renewal, cancel pending reject. Again, you'd be setting up your letter and stuff. You do a preview. Oh, I'm going to put my customer number in there. So make sure you get him. That's your 31796 and 31796. 96. Oh, actually, I don't think he has any services yet. Let's give him something here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of all on the fly, so I do apologize. Kind of putting things in there I go. Of course, I'm going to hit my required fields and so on and so forth. I'm just throwing some garbage information in there. That's fine. All right, let's do this again. Do a preview. Nope. Okay, let's see what I'm missing. Include on letter, pre-active, upsell options. Let's try this again. Actually, go contact, prepay, that. Okay, so you make sure your letter comes up. Once you make sure your letter comes up, then you can do export to master link document. And again, the screen's very similar. You can do list of fields. I'm going to do list of fields so I can show you what variables are available. Again, you can select what if you want to put an image, neighbors, and so on and so forth. We're going to do the list of fields. And okay. And now, when I look at my Excel spreadsheet, you'll see there's a lot more fields because it also gives us a breakdown of what that person actually had. So again, you can get really fancy. You can do really cool things with this as you play around. But again, like I said, I can get to the point where I can show you the list of fields. I can give you a quick, brief description on how those fields work when you put in your spreadsheet or your Word document and stuff like that. But in the end, it really is up to you to design it. But again, once it's in the system, it's in there. Then you can generate that custom proposal for anyone. So any questions, you can always call Real Green. Like I said, I'm hoping this pretty much answers most of them. Anything involving the actual Microsoft Word program itself, as far as how to do like make calculations and stuff like that, again, you will have to do some learning on your own as far as how to use Microsoft Word in that regard. I believe they're called bookmarks. You set up bookmarks and you can put in equations and stuff like that. So hope this helps, and you guys have yourself a wonderful day.